Do you have remorse for what you've done?
No, ma'am.
Existen muchas razones por las que una persona puede quitarle la vida a otro, algunos por venganza, otros por defensa propia, pero en algunos casos muy extraños, la curiosidad juega un papel protagónico. Este es uno de esos casos, un criminal tan extraño que se mostraba de forma amigable y respetuosa mientras explicaba lo que había hecho, tanto así que la única explicación que se le daba a su comportamiento fue la locura. ¿Qué ocurre cuando una persona cuenta un crimen que cometió como si de una historia de una película se tratase, siendo de la forma más educada posible? Cuando la empatía es ausente y los detectives no pueden creer lo que están escuchando. En este video estaremos analizando a profundidad una de las confesiones más extrañas, el caso de Jerrod Murray. Esta historia comienza en diciembre 5 del 2012, cuando la policía arresta a Jerrod Murray por quitarle la vida a Gennaro Sánchez, un hombre que había sido atacado con un arma y abandonado cerca de un auto. Luego de su arresto, Jerrod Murray fue sometido a un interrogatorio en donde explicó a detalle qué fue lo que ocurrió. A continuación, veremos parte del mismo.
Hey, Jerrod. My name is Undersheriff J.T. Palmer. Me and you met on the side of Highway 177 in about Sing Road at about 3:12 this morning, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at that time, you made a couple of statements to me when I put you down on the ground. And then after we got up, I read your rights to you, correct?
You read my rights before I got up, sir.
Okay. Before you got up off the ground.
Yes, sir.
But you did make a couple of statements.
Yes, sir, I did.
Before I read your rights,
Sir.
without me asking you anything.
Yes, sir.
You told me you was the guy that I was trying to find.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then I read your rights to you.
Yes, sir.
And then rights was you had the right to remain silent.
The Miranda rights, sir.
Okay. Anything you say can we get you in court.
Yes, sir.
You had the right to talk to an attorney, have him present when you've been questioned.
Yes, sir.
And if you couldn't hire one to be appointed to represent you.
Yes, sir.
And I asked you then if you wanted to talk to me.
Yes, sir.
And you agreed to talk.
At the time I said no, but didn't I?
No. I read your rights to you.
But whenever you asked me if I wished to talk with you about it,
You said you didn't know, and then you said...
Yes.
And then
yeah, that's right.
And then you said, yes, I've already told you, so
Yes.
I might as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And during that talk, do you remember what you told me after I read your Miranda warning to you?
Not word for word, but the effect, yes.
Okay, and what do you remember telling me?
In summation that I'm guilty, yes.
Of what?
Of murder.
Okay, and who did you murder?
Gennaro.
Okay, and how did you murder him?
With a gun. I shot him in the head twice.
A solo 2 minutos de comenzar este interrogatorio, hay varias cosas que podemos aprender de este asesino. Lo primero es que su forma de vestir es peculiar, de acuerdo a personas cercanas a Jerrod Murray. Este vestía elegantemente en todos los lugares, incluyendo la universidad, pues odiaba vestir de forma casual. También notamos que su forma de dirigirse a la policía es con mucho respeto y en ningún momento intenta mentir. Se ve que es una persona inteligente, incluso conoce procedimientos de la policía al hablar de sus derechos Miranda e intenta recordar con detalle cómo fue que llegó hasta este lugar. Pero mientras lo hace, Murray no muestra ningún tipo de emoción.
Jerrod, give me your full name.
Jerry Lindreth Wayne Murray.
Okay, and what's your date of birth?
July the 20th, 1994.
Okay, and do you live with your mom and dad? Do you stay with your mom and dad?
No, I live at the dormitories in college.
Okay. And the young man that you stated to me that you shot twice in the head,
Yes, sir.
and his name, do you know his full name?
No, sir. I only know his first name.
And his first name is what?
Gennaro. I do not know how to spell that, but it is with a G.
Section. And how do you know him?
Towards the beginning of the year, we met in a mutual friend's room playing video games, sir.
Okay. And do you take any classes with him, or?
No, sir.
Okay. So, you know him through a mutual friend, and you guys dorm in the same dorm?
Yes, sir.
Different sections?
Yes, sir. But it's literally right down the hall.
Okay. And so do you spend quite a bit of time together?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. The pickup that he was in tonight and you was in, was that his pickup or your pickup?
I'm fairly sure it was his, sir.
Okay, and you remember what kind of pickup that was?
Black.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't
You don't know?
know much about cars,
Okay.
so.
But single cab?
Single cab, black, dent on the passenger side.
Okay. And can you go back and tell me how you two got hooked up tonight? Or this is actually, we're talking right now, we're at almost 6 o'clock in the morning, so can you go back and tell me when you guys got together? This would have been...
Maybe around, maybe around 9 o'clock yesterday evening.
So on the 5th.
Yes. Maybe it was closer to 10.
En esta parte del interrogatorio, el detective intenta medir hasta qué punto jerrod está dispuesto a cooperar con la interrogación. Es en este punto que los detectives suelen crear estrategias de persuasión para llevar al criminal a confesar, pero en este caso, Murray ha comenzado a hablar desde antes. Es un caso distinto. El criminal ha confesado desde el primer momento, pero no está mostrando emociones de ningún tipo. Es como si el detective estuviera hablando con un tipo de robot. Pero al detective le interesa saber qué causó este crimen, también cómo ha ocurrido. Para poder asegurar el caso, el detective procede a hacerle preguntas básicas, como dónde ha vivido o dónde ha estado, y le pregunta cómo conoció a su víctima.
Okay, 9 to 10. And how'd you guys hook up?
I went down to his dorm room and asked if I could be given a ride to Walmart in exchange for $20 gas money.
Okay. And did he agree to that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did he in fact take you to Walmart?
Yes, sir. We got in his pickup truck and he drove me to Walmart,
And so
sir.
you're talking about the Walmart in Ada?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's a couple miles from the school?
1.7 miles, sir.
1.7 miles.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Lo que el detective intenta hacer en esta parte del interrogatorio no es solo conocer los hechos de ese día, sino también establecer un motivo. Lo que el detective no esperaba es que los motivos reales de este hombre no eran tan lógicos como él esperaba. No era una motivación emocional o alguna defensa propia. No era una venganza. Las motivaciones de Jerrod Murray para cometer este crimen eran completamente inesperadas.
Now, so he took you to Walmart?
Yes, sir.
And did you both go in?
No, we did not go in, sir.
And why not?
We pulled into the parking lot, then I pulled the weapon on him and demanded that he take me to Asher, Oklahoma, sir.
Okay, and why did all of a sudden did you decide that you needed to go to Asher?
Because I was planning to take him out into the country and kill him.
En esta parte de la investigación, jerrod hace una pausa muy larga, pues posiblemente está pensando que lo que dirá a continuación lo llevará a la cárcel, pues está a punto de confesar un asesinato en primer grado. Había planificado su acto desde el inicio. Sin embargo, las cosas no serían tan fáciles para el detective. Este detective comienza a comprender que este no es un asesinato convencional, es premeditado, pero no hay razones más allá de acabar con una persona e intentar no levantar sospechas. Para Murray, no importa quién era la víctima, lo que importaba era hacer este acto y no ser descubierto.
Okay. So, when you got him at the dorm, was your intention never to go to Walmart?
Yes, sir.
You was, in fact, was you at that point already in your mind was going to take him and kill him?
Yes, sir.
Had he done something to you? That,
No, sir.
Okay. So you just, can you kind of tell me when you made this decision that you was going to take him and kill him, why?
I made the decision 3 days prior to the incident. Attempted it 2 days prior to the incident, but he was not in his room. and then did so today as he was in his room.
Okay. So you've been planning this for 2 days?
2 weeks, yes.
2 weeks.
But not with a selected individual, no.
Okay. And when did you get to the point where you knew it was going to be him?
That was 3 days prior to the incident.
And why him? Of all the kids in college here, why him?
I believed that he would have had the least impact, sir.
Impact of on what?
I believed he didn't have many friends, or many close friends, I should rephrase. And as his, as he is going missing, his absence would be less notable.
Okay, so would have been if tomorrow at school nobody would have thought anything of it.
That was the plan, sir, yes.
Okay. And so why did you choose to take him to Asher to kill him? When
my plan was for after my killing him, I was going to head north towards Canada. And Asher was further north than Ada, so.
okay.
That and I know the surrounding terrain and I knew a good spot. I didn't have that spot planned in particular. If I had planned that far ahead, I would have had a grave dug. But I knew a general area.
Okay, okay. So when you pulled the gun on him at Walmart in the parking lot,
Yes, sir.
what did you tell him?
I told him to take me to Ada. Asher.
Asher. And did he say anything?
He panicked, went to pull out his phone. I yanked the phone out of his hand, and then he panicked some more, kept telling me not to kill him. To make him feel more comfortable, I unloaded the clip, unloaded the bullet from the chamber, handed them over to him, and that eased his nerves a little. Then I pulled a second clip out of my pocket and set it on my lap.
Okay. And you drove him to, so he drove you?
Yes, sir.
And did you have any conversation between Ada and Asher?
The entire time was a conversation, sir.
And was it basically, what, can you tell me what that conversation was?
About from Ada to halfway to Asher, it was just my trying to reaffirm him that I wasn't going to kill him to calm his nerves. And then from that point on, we was talking on our upbringings, our past, our family histories, things of more philosophical nature, etc., etc.
Okay. And
Podemos notar que al momento en que Murray menciona que tuvo conversaciones filosóficas con la víctima, el detective aparenta estar confundido, no sabe cómo reaccionar ante estas declaraciones. Lo que entendemos es que Murray en ese momento estaba conociendo a su víctima y que no había motivaciones personales para su acto.
so you're headed east on what is known as Substation Road, which is the road where the pickup
Yes, sir.
is at now.
Yes, sir.
So you're heading east and he's driving.
Yes,
And you're
sir.
on the passenger side. He's got some bullets that you gave him?
He had a clip and one round, yes.
Okay. And where was it at?
In his left hand, sir.
Okay. And you had the gun.
Yes, sir.
And what kind of gun was it?
Springfield Armory XD 40 Smith & Wesson 40 caliber.
Hay un factor importante que debemos de entender y es que Murray le dio las balas a Gennaro para que éste se sintiera tranquilo. Sin embargo, era una técnica de manipulación para que Gennaro pensara que él no le iba a hacer nada. Esto demuestra un nivel de frialdad con el que Murray estaba actuando, pues deseaba tener un control total sobre las emociones de Gennaro.
Okay. And you had the gun and another magazine, but you didn't have the magazine in the gun.
I did not have the magazine in the gun. Every 5 to 10 minutes he had me put my finger in the hole where the clip goes and show that the round, it wasn't chambered.
Okay. And so you're driving east, and so I guess at some point, did you decide now was the time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what happened?
I loaded the gun quickly, chambered the round quickly, shot once, missed, shot a second time, hit, jumped out of the car, went around. He was driving 10-15 miles an hour, so it was rather slow. Ran around the hood of the car, and of course it was slow when he wasn't purposefully driving. Tried to pull him out, couldn't get him out until he already had hit the tree. Pulled him out there, dumped him into the, before I dumped him into the ditch, I heard him gurgling. I'm not sure if that was a physiological or physical process after death, but I thought that he might have still lived through that somehow, because he was gurgling, so I shot him again and then shoved him down in the ditch.
Hasta este punto de la interrogación, podemos notar ciertos rasgos que vemos en criminales de este tipo: falta de empatía, una planificación meticulosa para sus crímenes, la curiosidad, el control emocional de sus víctimas, el engaño. Pareciera ser que Murray muestra claros signos de psicopatía. Podríamos estar ante un asesino en serie, y esto es lo que el detective intenta averiguar. Sin embargo, esto tampoco sería tan fácil de identificar para él.
I then got his phone.
Okay, hang on, let's back up just a second.
Yes, sir.
You fired the first round.
Yes, sir.
And you missed.
Yes, sir.
Do you know where that round hit?
I believe it hit the top of the door, but it might have hit the window.
Did the window bust?
The window did bust, sir, but I don't remember if that was the first or the second round.
Okay. So you fired once and missed.
Yes, sir.
And you fired a second round.
Yes, sir.
And did you hit him then?
Yes, sir.
And you hit him in the head?
In the side of the head, yes, sir.
Okay, so it would have been his right hand?
It was around here, sir.
The right-hand side of his head? Or
Yes, sir.
Somewhere by the ear?
Yes, sir.
And he kind of started veering off the road?
To the left, sir.
Okay. And that's when you got out and ran around?
Yes, sir.
And you opened the door?
Yes, sir.
And you tried to pull him out?
Yes, sir.
And so when you shot, and he was still gurgling?
Yes, sir.
So was he setting up when you shot him in the head again?
No, sir. He was lying down on the ground.
So you pulled him out of the truck?
And just threw him on the ground, and then I heard him gurgling, so I shot him a second time.
And where did you hit him the second time?
I'm not certain, but I believe the head as well.
Okay, the front, back, side?
I believe it was the same side as before.
Same side as before?
Yes, sir.
Una de las cosas más inquietantes de este interrogatorio es que podemos notar cómo Murray habla de direcciones, de dónde ha vivido, del acto criminal o de que tenía amigos utilizando el mismo tono. Ningún tipo de emoción, ni siquiera muestra preocupación o arrepentimiento. En casos anteriores, cuando asesinos seriales han sido atrapados, estos se muestran con felicidad, con tristeza o arrepentimiento, pero Murray no muestra ninguna emoción.
So you think you hit him twice, or you know you've hit him in fact once in the head?
Yes, sir.
And then the second round is probably in the head area too?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you rode him down the ditch?
Yes, sir.
And what did you do then?
I grabbed his phone from inside the vehicle. I was going to put it on the ground and shoot it as well, but I have a bit of night blindness and didn't see the steepness of the hill where it started to veer down. Mm-hmm. So when I threw it down, it slid down the hill and landed screen side down, so I wasn't able to find its location.
Okay. So his phone is somewhere around his body?
Yes, it should be.
Okay.
It might be underneath his body.
Okay. And did you do something with the body after that?
Yes, sir. I repositioned it and then tried to cover it, admittedly not well, with leaves, dirts, and stick.
After you got the body covered up, what did you do then?
I headed back to the truck and tried to get it unstuck.
So you put it in reverse and tried to...
And then drive and tried to, and it wasn't going. So after that, I looked...
So when you say it wasn't going, it was because it was stuck?
I believe one of the wheels was off the ground and it wasn't making traction.
Okay. And so you could get the truck out, so what did you do then?
I looked to the left, and from the headlights I saw that I could still see his own shirt, so I covered him up better. And as I was finishing that, I saw the headlights from a car pulling over the hill. So I went down and...
Which way was it coming from?
It was heading west from the east side,
Okay.
so from the highway.
Huh.
And he was slowing down already, so I just came out as quickly as I could from behind the truck and flagged him down by waving my hands. And he asked what was going on. I told him that I had dozed off and veered off the road and couldn't get my truck unstuck. Then he was, I don't think he knew exactly what happened, but I think he knew I did something. Maybe stealing, I don't know. Because like you said, no one travels down that road.
Did you know him?
No, sir, I did not know him. But since no one travels down that road, and he most likely lived in that area, he knew that I didn't.
Okay.
So, most likely, he was suspicious just from that fact alone. Because I had no business being on that road. But he agreed to give me a ride to Asher, nonetheless. More specifically, he didn't agree to that until his phone didn't work. We pulled up to about about the highway. Then he dialed a number for me. I gave him a fake number. That way it wouldn't answer, and if it did answer, then I could just make something up. Whenever it didn't answer, it was a phone that was out of service. He agreed to take me into Asher so I could get my cellular phone. I don't own a cellular phone. To call someone that I knew that could get me out.
Okay. And what did he take you to in Asher?
My grandparents' house.
En esta parte del interrogatorio, pudimos escuchar cómo Murray también manipuló una persona para que lo llevara a la casa de sus abuelos, dándole números de teléfonos falsos y engañándolo. Tomemos en cuenta que la persona que le ayudó se detuvo porque Murray estaba vestido elegantemente. Esta forma de vestir le funcionaba como un disfraz para que nadie sospechara lo que realmente él hacía.
And what'd you do then?
I went into the house. I had a Coca-Cola. I called my roommate from college and told him that I had an accident and wondered if he could either get me out of the ditch or knew anyone that could get me out of the ditch.
And what's your roommate's name?
Shane Schroth.
Este momento del interrogatorio le explica al investigador que fue caminando hasta la casa de un amigo para robar un pote de W40 que le ayudaría a borrar el rastro que había dejado en el auto. Recordemos que en este momento Murray había dejado el auto abandonado en un lugar remoto.
And why did you get the WD-40?
WD-40 is a solvent. It would help degrade the oils from my fingers and get rid of my fingerprints, sir.
Okay, so you're going to take this can of WD-40 and go back to the crime scene and use WD-40 on the pickup?
Yes, sir.
To try to get rid of your fingerprints?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you do that?
No, sir. When I was on my way back, as opposed to going down the road directly to it, I cut through a forest area there by an abandoned trail house. And as I was entering the general area of the crime scene, I heard, I believe it was an elderly gentleman cough. I'm not sure who, I'm not sure what. I just left because, well, around that area, the man who gave me a ride to town was an elderly gentleman. I concluded he might have went back, and the headlights and the brake lights were still on. I thought he might have went to turn them off, so my battery wouldn't die. And then he saw the, at least the blood, probably the body, though the body wasn't well hidden at all.
And which way did you go?
No, sir.
And what were your intentions? You were walking north.
Canada, sir.
You was going to Canada?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I had hoped that by determining that I was heading south, you went to Asher, you would have known my grandparents' house, and I was hoping that my name would probably show up somewhere in the course of this little thing. I didn't expect it to be found so quickly.
And why didn't you think it would be found so quick?
I didn't think someone would drive down that road. In my original plan,
Okay.
I gave myself maybe 6 to 8 hours to get out of the area. But since it was found so quickly, at least I believed so at the time, I didn't want to revise the plan because I had headed south originally going into town.
Okay.
And I was hoping you'll think that I was heading towards Mexico as it's much closer and probably easier to get past the border.
Okay, and so you was walking north on 177?
Yes, sir.
And what side of the road was you on?
I was on the right side of the road, sir.
Okay, so if you're going...
East side.
East side. And you was walking?
Yes, sir.
And what happened then?
I had tried hitchhiking most of the way because the only way this was going to work, factoring in my belief that y'all found the crime scene, is if someone were to give me a ride there and then. However, that didn't happen. Most of the people were truckers, so they just kept driving. They had a place to go. And then whenever your patrol car was pulling up behind me, I didn't know it was a patrol car. I stuck my thumb out and you was there for the rest.
And that's when that's when me and you first came in contact, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you advised them to get on the ground, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's when I had you put your hand behind your back.
Yes, sir.
And then when I approached you, I asked you, for my safety and your safety, did you have a gun?
Yes, sir.
And you said no.
Yes, sir.
And you remember what else you said?
I might have mentioned the ammunition in my left pocket, sir.
Yes, sir. And then what else?
I'm the one you're looking for.
Lo que acabamos de escuchar es una confesión premeditada de un crimen, donde se usó el engaño, manipulaciones, intimidación y un intento de calcular el escape en todo momento. Todo esto mientras era narrado con una frialdad inexplicable. Este caso es uno peculiar porque en ningún momento se ve ninguna emoción de Murray. No intenta dar excusas, solo intenta ser lo más detallado posible.
And I'm going to ask you this, and you can answer if you want. I'm having a hard time.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel any remorse?
I'm sad that I got caught so quickly. But that's almost lessened by being caught by someone who had a sheriff on their jacket, so... But for killing them, no.
Okay, so it makes you feel better that, somebody had sheriff on their jacket that arrested you?
Yes, sir.
Opposed to what?
A deputy or someone like that, sir.
Yeah, well, I'm not the sheriff.
I'm aware of that.
I'm the undersheriff.
The person driving me up here told me that. But still, it's...
So it makes you feel better that you got caught by somebody up in rank than somebody under.
Yes, sir.
But my question again is, do you have any remorse?
No, sir.
No, live out here for a minute, okay?
Yes, sir.
Aún el detective no entiende por qué este lo hizo, y esta frialdad es incomprensible para el detective, el cual intenta hablar sobre sus remordimientos o motivos para acabar con Jerrod, sin embargo, no lo logra.
I guess I'm just still having a real hard time understanding why. Why him?
Well, if it was a random person, there's the possibility he could have children or something of that nature. If it was someone else up there, they have a lot more friends, they're a lot more social, so...
So to kind of just by his quota status of not really having many friends or being social, it was a good victim.
His presence would be less noticed, yes.
Okay.
That said, he did have a girlfriend and some friends.
Yeah. You don't think his girlfriend would have missed him?
I wasn't aware of his girlfriend until tonight, sir.
Oh, so he told you before you killed him?
No, the entire way down there, I had him hand me the phone at Walmart. The entire way down there, she was texting him, so I was texting what he told me to text back.
Okay, so there was a conversation between his girlfriend and actually you, but you was texting what he...
Word for word, yes.
Okay. Okay. You don't think she's gonna be upset, heartbroken?
I think she will be, sir.
How did that make you feel?
No different, sir.
Okay.
Queda claro que Murray es incapaz de sentir emociones. Esto debe ser frustrante para el detective, el cual no ha podido comprender los motivos para semejante crimen. Sin motivos aparentes, sin emociones ni remordimientos, Murray quedó ante el detective como un asesino incomprensible. Aunque Murray es una persona inteligente y calculó al pie de la letra todo lo que había hecho, los psicólogos y psiquiatras que le fueron asignados concluyeron que este no era apto para juicio y se realizó una defensa por locura. Algunos afirman que Murray decía que había descubierto cómo viajar en el tiempo y otras creencias delirantes que lo despegaban de la realidad. Murray fue internado en un psiquiátrico donde pertenece hasta el día de hoy, y aunque se han sometido distintas peticiones para liberarlo, todas han sido denegadas. De acuerdo a los psiquiatras, Murray tenía delirios y trastornos antisociales que lo desconectaban de comprender la gravedad de lo que había hecho. Irónicamente, a solo un mes de Murray estar en el psiquiátrico, los doctores afirmaron que ya este no representaba ningún peligro para la sociedad y que podía ser liberado. Murray nunca fue a la cárcel. Si esta confesión fue extraña, mi opinión personal es que la forma en la que se envió a Murray a un psiquiátrico y que actualmente piden su libertad es aún más extraña que esta misma confesión. Quizás Murray ha sido tan inteligente como para manipular a las personas que le rodean y hacerles creer no solamente que tenía un problema mental, sino que ya no era un peligro para la sociedad. Lo que está claro es que será una de las confesiones más extrañas por el nivel de frialdad con la que la hizo.
Do you have remorse for what you've done?
No, ma'am.
Obviamente, también creo que Murray sí debería tener algún tipo de trastorno mental, pues su falta de empatía y frialdad, además de falta de remordimiento, demuestra que él no estaba bien del todo, pero tal vez no tanto como para evadir la justicia. Este será uno de esos casos que continuará siendo estudiados en el futuro. ¿Qué nos dicen? Porque a veces no hay una respuesta clara para cosas que ocurren. Quizás una persona con simple curiosidad o con algún trastorno mental podría acabar con la vida de otro sin una explicación. Pero déjame tu opinión en los comentarios. ¿Qué piensas que se debió hacer con Murray? ¿Crees que pertenecía a un psiquiátrico? ¿Crees que debía estar en la cárcel? Déjame tu opinión en los comentarios. Si te ha gustado este video, no olvides darle pulgar arriba y compartirlo. Si aún no lo has hecho, no olvides suscribirte. Y recuerda, no asumas nada, cuestiona todo. Esto fue Hipnos Morfeo.